Hello internet, what's going on? This is Niranjan. Today I'm back with another video. This is basically a presentation. In this presentation, I will take you through a very hot topic, which is artificial intelligence. Let's try to understand what is artificial intelligence. This is a part of computer science which emphasizes to creation of intelligent machines. So let me talk about the intelligent. What is actually meaning of intelligent? Intelligent means that which can think, understand the condition. It could be solve your problem. It could plan for you and the process of natural data and many more things. This is called the intelligence. So, what is the background of the artificial intelligence? The famous English mathematician Alan Turing wrote a landmark paper titled Computing Machinery and Intelligence. In that paper, he asked a question: can machine think? He did an experiment. The name of the experiment is Turing test. Basically, from this test, we got the concept of the artificial intelligence. In the year of 1959, MIT set up the Artificial Intelligence Lab, and the first chatbot Eliza was invented in the year of 1965. Year of 1974, Stanford invented the first autonomous vehicle, and Google starts building the autonomous car in the year of 2009. Now, let me talk about the Turing test, method of inquiry for determining whether or not a computer is capable of thinking like a human being or not. During the test, there will be one human who is appointed as a questioner and one human responder, also a machine, will be there as a responder. The man interrogates with the responder, and after the Q&A session, if the man is unable to determine who is machine and who is human, then we can say that the machine is intelligent. Actually, the machine is behaving like a human. Now, artificial neural network, a computer representation of knowledge that attempts to mimic a neural network of the human body. Artificial neural network is completely inspired by the human neural network system. Just take a live example, and I want to discuss the whole thing artificial neural network by taking a live example. So I just need the imagination from you guys. Just imagine that in a boring Sunday, you're sitting on your home, you're completely bored and completely exhausted. Just in this time that you get a call from one of your friend, and he is just asking you to go to the playground or to let's play something or something else. And you say, okay, let me think, and I will call you back after 5 minutes. Now, in this 5 minutes, your brain will have to decide whether you are gonna play or not. So, how your brain will work actually? Just take an example that. So, this is your okay. So, let me assume that this is your output neuron, okay, and it will decide you are gonna play yes or no. So this is your decision. You have two decisions. Now, just let me take few factors. Actually, depends upon these two factors, your brain will decide the decision. Your brain will, based on the two factors, your brain will decide the ultimate thing. Okay. Here, in my example, the two factors is the two factors are friend and rain. Suppose assume that you have 10 friends. Let me tell you that friends and rain, these are the neurons, but it is the input neurons. Okay. Suppose you have 10 friends, and out of 10, 7 friends are coming today. Now, there is the possibility it's going to rain outside. So the probability of the rain, let me assume 0.4. Now the condition is that your priority. Suppose what if that 10 friends are coming today, but if it is raining outside, you are not gonna play because of that you really hate rain. So I want to say the priority of the rain for you is greater than the priority of friends for you. Okay, so the priority of friends is 4 and the rain is 7. just assume that for this example. Okay, now in this critical condition, your brain will do a very simple calculation. The calculation is 7 into 4 plus 4 into 7. Just multiply the priority and the input numbers and it will add the two value in this way. 28 plus 20 is 56. Okay, now your brain will take a random value. Actually your brain will take a random value, means this is actually a threshold value. Okay, in my case the value is 55. Okay, I will talk about the threshold value in the after that. So if the summation value is less than the threshold value, then you will go, and if the summation value is greater than the threshold value, you will not gonna play. Now if my threshold value is 100 plus or 100 greater than 100, so your decision will always yes, cause here the maximum range is 100, and if the threshold value is 100 plus, then the always your value will be less than the threshold value, so your decision will always yes. Now the condition is that your brain will take the threshold value in such a way that it will remain in the range. Okay, so the threshold value is the actual ultimate decider for in your case. Now let's understand by taking a diagram the inputs. Here you can see the inputs A1, A2, A3 and A4, and there is a threshold bias which I given which I pointed as which I given 1. It is constant actually, and the weights is W1, W2, W3 and W4. Now what is weights? Here my priority is 4 and 7, so this is actually the weights. Okay, so the summation function that you can see, and the activation function will decide whether the summation is greater than or less than from the threshold value, and it will give the output. Okay, now the natural language processing. Natural language processing, suppose you are saying something in front of your phone. Actually you are commanding something to your phone or something else in your Alexa or Siri, in the case of Apple, your Siri. So you machine won't understand whatever you are talking. The machine doesn't know the English language, Spanish language and the French languages. Okay, it will only understand the machine language. Now in the case of machine, your machine will, there are two steps. First of all, the natural language understand. First of all, machine will understand whatever you are trying to say. After that it will process, and then after it will just generate the response to you. Okay, in this slide let me talk about the components of the natural language process and the phases of the natural language process. First of all, let's talk about the natural language understanding. In this phase, machine will try to understand what you have spoken. Here the speech input get transformed into the useful representation. Suppose you are talking in English, machine will convert the English into the machine language in these cases, and it will understand, okay, your language, your sentence. But to understand your sentence, machine will have to face a lot of challenges. Challenges means a natural language can be very ambiguous. Okay, in the English literature, ambiguous means suppose I say orange. Okay, so orange means a color, or you can say orange means also a fruit. So for the machine it will be very hard to understand what I meant actually if I say orange. So this is called actually word level ambiguity. There are three types of ambiguity that I'm going to discuss about in this slide. Lexical ambiguity, syntactical ambiguity and the referential ambiguity. Lexical ambiguity means that what word ambiguity, and the syntactical means that the grammatical ambiguity. And the last point is the referential ambiguity. It's very important. Just take an example that Ram went to Sam and said I'm hungry. It is, the sentence is clear to you. I'm pretty sure that you can understand, but for the machine is not clear. Here, who is hungry is not clear from the sentence. So, Mason will have to face a problem to understand the actual meaning of the sentence. But there are so many high technology. By using this kind of technology, Mason will overcome these challenges. Okay. After understanding your command, Mason will process. Okay, and then it will generate in your language. This is the process of converting back representation to natural language. This process includes this area. Suppose it will take it has three phases. First of all, text planning, then sentence planning, after that the text realization. What is text planning? It will extract the words. Actually, it will collect the words from the machine knowledge base. Actually, it has a knowledge base. The machine has a knowledge base, and it will collect the word from the knowledge base, extract the word. After that, in the sentence planning, this includes section the correct words and forming the sentence. In this phase, it will form the sentence. The text realization, in this phase, the machine will try to understand whether the sentence is very applicable in the real world or not, whether it is really meaningful in the real world or not. Okay, then after it will represent to you in your languages. Then the challenges of the artificial intelligence. There are so many things beyond the realm of the artificial intelligence. You know what? And the thinking of the computers. Machines cannot think like human. The machine has no feelings, has no passion, has no anything. It is not. You cannot say that it's equivalent to the machine in the cases of the thinking. But it will not be able to solve any abstract reasoning, any kind of reasonings which I can easily solve, which I can solve verbal reasonings and normal non-verbal reasonings. So machine will not be able to solve this kind of reasonings. Many things difficult to capture in the data. Okay. Now, the future application of the artificial intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence, you know what? Artificial intelligence is a vast topic, and there are so many companies are working on this artificial intelligence, and they are trying to implement this kind of technology in various sectors. But let me tell you, the big sector that we can use the artificial intelligence is medical research sentence. Machines are using in the R&D development, in the R&D developments. It can be used to diagnose your whole body, to treat, to make a treatment, make a proper treatment plan, anything. The drug creation plans, the actually artificial intelligence are using. The other field, you can say the kitchen. In the foreign, we can see there are very high level restaurant. There are few restaurants are using the machine, that as you can see in the picture, that the machines, that the robot hand can easily make a food for the customer, and the autonomous sewing robot sew. So by using this autonomous sewing robot, there are two things is happen actually. First of all, the manufacturer cost is gonna reduce, and the quality of the cloth is gradually increasing. So these actually the future applications, and I hope that in the future we can see artificial intelligence will use in our military. But there are so many drawbacks also. So I will tell you the drawbacks in the next video. Thank you guys.